recommendation of the committee, very simple. The committee recommends that the Senate do reject the request of US dollars 350 million for Kaduna State as contained in the 2016 to 2018 external borrowing rolling plan of Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. In conclusion, that with the high debt stock of Kaduna State at the moment, the new borrowing sought will make the debt service to ratio high, thereby worsening the state government's ability to meet its other basic obligations to the people and further erode the economic viability of the state. The committee therefore moves that the Senate do reject Kaduna State Development Policy Operation in the sum of US dollar 350 million, only as contained in the 2016-2018 borrowing plan of Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief. We so move. Thank you.
Okay, any comment before we put the question?
Mr. President, the financing agreement, which is of two components, with credit number 6098NG, portion A, credit number 6099NG as portion B, comprising the $350 million in question. Mr. President, part of the document has already outlined during the process of acquisition of such a facility, there are some procedures, part of which, Mr. President, there is need for stakeholders' consultation, among other reasons, as built up to the acquisition of such loan as a precondition by the World Bank in its conditionalities. Mr. President, that document too, I have had the privilege of accessing same because it is a public document which is available on site on that matter. Mr. President, starting from the list of stakeholders that were assembled for such an important facility that is required, the list went to 18 people who sat with the committee from the World Bank among the officials of government, with only 2 members constitutionally recognized, Mr. President, as members of the State Executive Council. One of them, I must say, the name is here, the date is here, the signature is here, is the Commissioner for Women Affairs, for which ministry has nothing whatsoever to do with the application of such a huge facility that is required to be put on top of the shoulders of our people in Kaduna State.
I met with a representative of Kaduna State. I asked them, what is this loan all about? What project are this loan meant for? I should know from zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, what are the projects all about and who are those responsible for those projects? Who are the contractors? Where is this contract is going to be sited? In zone 1, in zone 2, in zone 3? That question was not answered. And I realized the money received in Kaduna State is much. And I could not understand there is nothing happening in Kaduna State completely. They are busy retiring people, sacking people, and you are asking for loan to do what with the loan?
Now what you tell us? You tell us so.
I don't understand. if only such a loan can be given, there must be a mark specified for that job. But if you are collecting a loan without giving a reason why this loan should be given, I am not in support because my people are not in support, and I would not like to drag much time on this one section. Please, this loan should not be granted as far as we are concerned from Kaduna State, or more especially from Southern Kaduna. Thank you very much.
There are a lot of people here who are very vast in governance and in government. And I'm aware, and I believe I speak the mind of all of you, that loan application is an acceptable means of infrastructure financing and governance. But the law, in its wisdom, had decided and made provision for the parliament, both at the state and the national level, to interrogate such requests. One, to be sure that there's need for that loan. Secondly, is to ensure that due process have been followed, but most importantly, to ensure that the loan portfolio, existing loan portfolio of a particular state or federal government will be able to accommodate such further requests so as not to put so much pressure on the management of that state or in that country. So I think that is the essence of making provision for Parliament to interrogate loans and approve or reject. So it is an exercise of that law that this request was sent to the National Assembly, and appropriately we sent it to a committee who have now made this recommendation. So because this is democracy, what's left for us to do now is to put the question. So dear colleagues, the prayer is that the Senate do reject Kaduna State Development Policy Operation, DPO, in the sum of $350 million only, as contained in 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan of Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Those in support of this recommendation say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Nay. Those in support of the recommendation say aye. Aye. Those in support say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.